Hi Scorpio, welcome to your May 2020 reading. Thanks for joining me. My name is Michelle. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus signs. Let's get started with your reading. I'll pull a card from the Faery Oracle, and this will be the spiritual message for Scorpio for the month of May 2020. If you're enjoying these readings, guys, don't forget to press that thumbs up button down below. Really appreciate that. Spiritual message for Scorpio, please, for the month of May. Okay, let's see. We have the secret path. All right. Let's take a look and see what the energy is of the person that you will be dealing with in the month of May. The energy of the person that Scorpio will be dealing with in the month of May, please. And we have the card of isolation. Well, yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? And let's take a look and see what the overall focus for the reading is. The overall energy for Scorpio in this reading for the month of May. The overall energy, please, spirit guides, for this reading for Scorpio for the month of May. Blame. Okay. Scorpio, let's take a look. Scorpio, what I'm getting around this reading is one of shifting perspective. When I look at the secret path, I see that as your own personal journey through your life and walking your path, if you will. Now, of course, you could choose to walk the path however you want to walk it. There may even be a feeling here of being dragged along your path, perhaps by another's energy. But the thing is, how you choose to walk it is completely up to you, your unique self's intent. And you may find it a winding path, a labyrinthine one which seems a maze. But the thing is, if you take steps one foot in front of the other, reconnect with your path, there's an energy here of reconnecting with the self as a result. The feeling that I'm getting around the other person is one where there is dormant emotion. We have the black moon in water. Now, the black moon, of course, is one devoid of any light whatsoever. And water energy speaks of the emotions. So this is someone who is devoid or detached completely from their emotions, Scorpio. Could be you, could be someone around you. Now, there is an energy here of perhaps encountering this person while you're on this pathway through life. And as a result of having experienced some kind of situation here where you've gotten involved with someone who has isolated you or has not shown you any kind of emotion, there is this feeling of blame. Now, it could be blaming of the other person, or it could be self-blame, but nevertheless, the way that I'm feeling here is about acceptance, and acceptance of one's own well-being. It's very easy to give away our power, and certainly if there have been people along the path which you feel has shaped you, there's a feeling here of recognizing that in the end you are solely responsible for your own happiness, Scorpio. The ego can be a very fragile thing, and if it comes under fire, the first instinct often is to blame an outside force, victim consciousness. And this mindset says, I don't have the power inside myself to break free because someone else's power is stronger. You're giving your power away to someone else or something else. And that, of course, is an illusion when you believe that someone else is responsible. That belief is the problem. Personal responsibility can empower you to change your reality. Lasting transformation always begins on the inside and then works its way on the outside. So there's a difference between finding reason and finding an excuse. A reason is valid, unavoidable. An excuse is an attempt to not take personal responsibility for your own self, for your own happiness. So we'll see where this goes, Scorpio. Could be you, could be someone around you. At the bottom of the deck, we've got the Tower. So having that breakthrough, that moment, perhaps when you see more clearly. Let's see. I'm going to cut these cards, and let's start with your past energy, current energy, where you hope to be here, the hopes around this situation, how you feel about this other person or the situation, your strengths. Let's take a look at the challenge, what's hidden, and the potential outcome. All right, Scorpio, in the past we have the Two of Wands. So there's a feeling here of indecision, looking at possibilities, and a sense of planning. I get this as investigation, actually. Investigating potential possibilities. The present circumstances, we've got the Five of Cups, so there's some regret here, some sadness. There is a feeling, when I look at the pathway, and I look at this man on the Two of Wands, I see him as being very uncertain of his path, almost being afraid, if you will, to step out on that path. I look at this woman here, she's just about to launch herself into these woods, and the woods can be filled with both dark and light. And Scorpio, your energy is one which isn't afraid to look at the dark side of life. So for you, having the light and the dark is something that you're not afraid of. But yet I'm getting an energy around someone here. It's either you, Scorpio, or it could be vice versa, the other way around, of someone who is afraid of that darkness. They want to see the pathway lit up. They want to know what's ahead. And that's why I feel someone here hasn't taken an action, and there may be some sadness, some regret around that. Hopes for the future, we've got the Wheel of Fortune, so positive change. I see this as potential. The energy here is one that is somewhat stagnant, staying in safety, staying in comfort, staying in the comfort zone, not stepping out on that path. But there are hopes for change around that, hopes for movement. Now, how you feel about the other person, we've got the Ten of Cups, so there's happiness. There is potential happiness here, rather, I feel. The sense around this is one of emotional fulfillment, getting one's needs met, and meeting the needs of others as well. So it's very much a feeling here of finding that happy place, being happy. And that doesn't have to be with others. It can be simply being, choosing to find happiness within yourself. Let's see what the strength is. We've got the Moon card. Okay. So that's what I mean with this journey. Scorpio, very, very much a watery kind of energy that I'm feeling around this. It's being able to step out onto that pathway there and not be afraid. Finding that part of yourself there, Scorpio, that isn't afraid to step out and go to places. Go to places that are a little bit dark, it's shadow work. It's looking at those hard places. It's looking at yourself in the mirror, and perhaps looking at aspects of the self that are troubling, that are disconcerting, parts of ourselves that we don't like. And going there, it's really looking at ourselves in a way that is not it's not with a critical eye or being too judgmental of ourselves. It's just acknowledgement. It's acceptance. It's an understanding that that's part of who we are. So the ability to do that and look at oneself and not turn a blind eye or turn a critical eye on the self, but rather just acceptance of the self as being that light and dark energy around you, Scorpio, with this secret path. Not keeping the darker side hidden. and just showing the lighter side, showing both, and being okay with showing both to yourself and to loved ones, to people around you, not hiding aspects of yourself. That's what's going to provide happiness for you, change, get you out of this period of sadness. I think you've been uncertain about what path to take, Scorpio, that's going to lead to this happiness. I see this as part of the journey here, is going through this darker cycle where you do some of this work on looking at those difficult parts of the self and overcoming any fear you have associated with looking at those things that perhaps you don't like too much about yourself. Scorpio, let's have a look and see what the challenge is. We've got the Hierophant in reverse. So here it's about understanding, again I get this as understanding who you are as a person, rather than rely on some kind of external knowledge or external what others may say about you, what others may feel about you, or what you perceive others feel about you. Because often we get wires crossed there and we don't really know what other people are thinking about us the majority of the time. So that's what I'm feeling around that the challenge here is to overcome other people's opinions, or what you perceive other people's opinions are about yourself, and focus instead on finding out your own belief system, your own values, your own traditions, your aspects of the self that are you. So I feel like I'm talking to a Scorpio here when I look at this card of blame. Accepting responsibility for your own well-being, your own happiness, rather than looking at yourself as perhaps a sad figure or a lonely figure or an unworthy figure because of what you believe other people's perceptions are of you, is what I'm picking up. This is about you really knowing yourself, and thereby not feeling like you're a victim when it comes to other people's viewpoints of you. If you really know who you are, then other people's perceptions or criticisms or whatever it is, or rejection of you, it doesn't really mean as much to us anymore, because if we know who we are, we have that deep sense of our own well-being, our own sense of self, and we don't rely on external knowledge. We don't have to have someone tell us that they believe in us or tell us that we have value. We tell ourselves. Let's have a look and see what the hidden aspect around this is. We've got the Eight of Pentacles. So it tells me here that a lot of the value that you believe about yourself has to do with your work and how you perceive others to look at when you're working. I feel that you get a lot of that value within yourself from your work, not really about not from other aspects of your life. I feel it's mostly the work there that gives you some kind of value within yourself. Now the outcome for you is this Page of Cups. Now I like that because it tells me that there is a reconnection with your more youthful kind of emotional self. If you look at that as someone who really needs to look at their past conditioning. This is quite a deep reading, Scorpio. That's what I'm getting. So there's a lot to do here with you needing to look back at your past and your past emotional involvement with family, with lovers, because I do feel that there's been some kind of either blame on an external source or too much blame of the self here when it comes to some kind of emotional disconnect, where someone has isolated you, Perhaps you've felt isolated from emotions from others in general. It could be that you've come across a lot of people who had trouble expressing their emotion, or didn't express their emotion. Yeah, there's this feeling here of disconnect when it comes to your emotional life, to your love life, and even with family. So there's no real connection there when it comes to, I don't know, I get more of a youthful energy around this Page of Cups, a very much a feeling here of like that inner being, who you are at your core, being expressed, which doesn't seem to be coming out here with this Five of Cups. There's a lot of sadness there, whereas really there's a chance for you to get this youthful happiness back. But the thing is, you haven't known which direction to go to get it back. I feel that you get a lot of value from your work. You get a lot of how you feel about yourself from your work, but not a lot from within. It's mostly from your work, but you don't. I feel that normally you get it from love relationships, but if you don't feel like you are, or if you feel like you haven't, or if you've been rejected or something like that, or you've recently suffered some kind of loss, then there is this disconnect from your emotional side, because it seems like the way that you look at yourself here is done through a lens of what other people's perceptions of you are, and a lot of it has to do with your work. Okay, so let's get some clarifiers down. The bottom of the deck, we've got the High Priestess. We'll start clarifying with that Two of Wands. See if we can get a little bit more information here, because at the moment it's quite esoteric, but let's see if we can knuckle this down, nail it down to a little bit more detail. We'll start with that Two of Wands in the past energy here for you, Scorpio. Okay, we have the Two of Pentacles, the Three of Wands in reverse, and the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So mainly it's speaking about not being sure of a decision. I do feel that you've been trying to weigh up options, adjacent possibilities, trying to decide what direction to take. But as a result of that, I get that you haven't taken any action. So I get it as a status quo, keeping things as they are because you haven't been able to make a choice. Although there may have been a possibility around you with that Page of Pentacles, since it's in the reverse, I don't feel that it was taken. Could be a relationship, could be another job. Scorpio, so staying where you are, and no decision. Well, indecision. It seems like you've made no decision. That's what I'm getting. You've made no decision. Now, when it comes to the Five of Cups, let's take a look. Current energy around Scorpio. Okay, we have the Tower, the Six of Swords in reverse, and the Ten of Swords. I'm picking that up as a recent betrayal. So in May, I'm getting a betrayal of some kind. And it's big. It's very unexpected, and it leads to an ending, and you feel very hurt by this. Okay, now that could be where the blame is coming in. I feel that you have some kind of blame towards someone else. You're feeling like a victim. You're feeling that you've been stabbed in the back. I'm picking up something to do with work more than anything, but let's take a look. Now, it could be just you could feel like a victim of circumstance because of what's happened in the world, and perhaps you've recently lost your job. Could be as simple as that, whereas you'd waited too long perhaps to make a decision in the past, and one of these options went away in the recent crisis. Could be that we're talking about. Let's take a look at the Wheel of Fortune. Hopes for the future. We have the Ten of Wands, Six of Pentacles in reverse, and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Yeah. So Scorpio, the thing is, when it comes to the money, I get struggle. I get struggle around money. I feel like there's also, there has been someone around you that you feel drained by, has drained you in some way. I get it as as something that is work related or to do with your money. Now you're hoping, of course, for things to change in your life, but I do feel that there is this essence of feeling put down or feeling hard done by another person. So struggling financially and desperately trying to get out of that. Yeah, for some Scorpios, I feel like there has been a recent either betrayal in the workforce or just feeling a victim of circumstances and losing of a job here and then having to hope for the best, really. Let's take a look and see what the Ten of Cups is. In the future, the potential and how you feel about the situation. We have the Two of Swords in reverse. We also, let's see, take that one. Hermit in reverse, okay. And the Two of Cups in the reverse. All right. So where there has been a conflict, some difficulty regarding an emotional connection, I feel that there has been a disconnect, a separation from something that brought you happiness, Scorpio. Yeah, I'm picking that up as a separation here. But the thing is, you still believe that this other person or this situation is going to work itself out. Yeah, I'm picking up an emotional disconnect there and conflict with someone. But you're still hoping that things are going to work out, Scorpio, with that particular person, that eventually there's going to be happiness there, potential for commitment or marriage in the future. Let's take a look at the strength with that Moon card. Got the Five of Wands in reverse. Page of Swords in reverse. And the Seven of Swords. Well, this is this person, you know, the thing is, someone's kind of stabbed you in the back here, but the thing is, you still see that some kind of happiness is available with this person, so I'm not really understanding what that's all about. It seems like you might be a little bit blind to what somebody's done here, Scorpio. Perhaps you're unaware of this person doing something here that is, well, I feel they've done you wrong in some way. They've led to this Tower moment in your life. I'm picking up gossip, slander, and I don't think you know about it with that Moon card. Who is this person? So the thing is, what I'm picking up around you, Scorpio, is that you've had some kind of falling out with a person. Now, I believe you still wanted to make it work with this individual. Although you've been undecided in the past and thereby chose not to make any decision about it, I get that it's coming to light now that there's something that is being brought about, an ending is being brought about. Now, it's as a result of somebody else's stabbing you in the back. I get betrayal. But the thing is, you don't know about it. It's hidden. It's behind the scenes. Okay. But you're still hoping for happiness with this person in the future. Now, I get you wanting to reconnect. There's been some kind of ending, a separation with this person. You do want to get back together with them, but what you're unaware of is that this person has done something here to cause problems in your life. Okay, interesting. Let's take a look and see what the Hierophant in reverse is as the challenge. We've got the Knight of Swords in reverse, the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, and we also have the Knight of Wands and the Emperor in reverse. Okay. Okay, well, I feel that this is a person around you that is challenging you in some way, Scorpio. Now, I get that this individual is coming across as very, it's either, I get a boss or someone around you who's in some kind of position of power or is abusing their power over you. And somebody wants to get their own back here. So I get someone rushing in and causing a big commotion. But I feel it's in your workplace. Whoever this person is, there's a lot of conflict around this, and I feel that you're being forced to deal with this in some way. But what you're unaware of here is that there's been some kind of sneaky activity around this. Now, I don't know who that is. Let's see what's hidden here with this Eight of Pentacles. Goodness me. We have the Chariot. What's hidden here for Scorpio? The World, okay, good. And the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So what I'm getting around there is that there's going to be, when it comes to this work situation, I feel that there's going to be a closing out of a work situation, and that's what's hidden. It's something that you've been working on for a long time, and I get that there is some monetary loss associated with this, but it's coming to a close. It's coming to an end. So I feel that there's some kind of job loss here, Scorpio. But the thing is, it's leading to something new. But it's as a result of somebody else's actions. Some kind of gossip or slander in the workplace, Scorpio. This won't be for everyone, of course, but I get that there's a lot of, it's a very unexpected event, a shocking event. It's an ending. It is a betrayal. You feel very hurt by this, and it's someone who's come rushing in with a lot of, I get that this is someone who is like challenging you in some way, challenging your, it could be a workplace rival, or just someone who wants to, they feel like they need to do something in this workplace against you. I don't know what this person is doing, but I get a lot of very forceful energy around this person. For some reason I'm picking it up as an Aries. I feel that there's an Aries coming in here. Now, it could be, for some of you Scorpios, this could be someone who's unhappy with something that you've done, this Aries. And they're causing a problem in your workplace. They're accusing you of something. It's someone very forceful. That's why I feel like it's an Aries energy, or very fiery. They're coming in, they're very, very angry. They're jealous. A jealous, angry person. And what's hidden here is you're unaware that someone's kind of done the dirty on you here and slandered you to this person who's now coming rushing in, saying something against you in the workplace, and it leads to this ending, which is hidden, which leads to some monetary loss. And I feel that in your future hopes here is to start over, because I get that for you there is a loss of a loss of income here, or a loss of something that was stable. So change on the horizon. It won't be for all of you, of course. It's a specific reading. It's general. So take what you can and leave the rest. But let's have a look and see what this Page of Cups is. But you're still hopeful that there is going to be some kind of happiness here. Now, this could have led to a separation. Perhaps you've been separated from a partner. Could be due to the virus. Let's have a look and see what this Page of Cups is. The outcome for Scorpio with the Page of Cups. We've got Temperance in reverse. The Three of Swords in reverse. And Judgment. Okay. Well, I see you eventually finding acceptance of an ending, but it's only after doing some difficult work. I was talking about that shadow work earlier, so this is really going to force you to look within here and to look at this situation of blame, because it seems to me that there's some kind of blame here. Now, it could be you blaming this other person or blaming the wrong person, because I get that what's hidden here is the person that's actually done you wrong. I don't think you know about it, and you could be blaming someone else for that. Now, the thing is, you have to accept responsibility for your own choices, your own well-being, and I see you eventually doing that, facing some troubling aspects around the situation, because it seems like whatever was caused here, it could just be feeling like a victim of circumstances, or for some of you Scorpios, there may have been an element of something that you did here. Perhaps there was some kind of something that you did to cause this person to come in and accuse you of something in the workplace, and thereby have to leave this workplace. But I feel for you there is eventual acceptance and a need to start fresh here, to start over, which is going to be good for you. But my goodness, it's you get there by going through some real difficulties, especially financially, I feel, when it comes to the loss of a job, or for some of you the loss of a long time career. because of something that you've done. Perhaps it was an inability to choose in the past between two people or two things, because I get indecision and the inability to choose. And then now there is this kind of tower moment of everything kind of going crazy, and an unexpected ending, and grieving the loss of something due to somebody coming in the workplace and disrupting it. Because I get with this workplace, it's where you got a lot of your value from, self-value, and also of course money, but you're having to start over again as a result of this. So I feel like there's been something here, some kind of revenge by someone who feels like there's been some kind of abuse of power. But the thing is, whoever's coming in here, they have received information from someone else, and it's someone that you're not expecting. Whoever this person is has kind of tattletaled on you, so to speak, and you're unaware of it. That's why it's coming up as a strength, is because you don't know. Now, it could be this person up here that this separation, and you're still expecting to get back with this person in the future. I get you wanting to reconnect with this individual, but I feel that they've done you wrong here, Scorpio. Somebody who has stabbed you in the back and has brought kind of the weight down of somebody else in the workplace here upon you. Goodness, okay, well, let's have a look at this in the extended reading. I'll be doing the other side of this. It'll be interesting because this one was quite a difficult read there, Scorpio. A lot of underlying stories with that. But I feel that it's something that you did as a result of not really knowing who you are, or getting some kind of validation from work, and mainly getting that kind of sense of who you are through your work. Something that led to this is what I'm getting from Spirit. So let's see. I'll be looking at this in the extended, the other side. So if you're interested in the other person's viewpoint and what's going on here, please do join me there. The link is below in the descriptions box. It'll be another probably 35-minute reading or so, and I'll be doing this same layout and different oracles, of course, for that particular person. See if we can come to some kind of idea about what this could be. But let's have a look at let's get a fairy card for you. Message for Scorpio, please, for this reading. If you'd prefer a personal reading, of course you can reach out. My email is gypsyinsights@gmail.com. That email is also in the box below. Let's take a look. Message for Scorpio, please, for this reading. The main thing that I want to leave you with here, if you're not going to join me in the extended, is that out of this darker time here, I do feel something good will come out of it. I see you being able to start fresh, to start over, and to come from a more authentic place when it comes to your emotions. Because I do feel like there's been some kind of action taken here to get value out of a situation, but there was no emotion involved with it. Something in the workplace. So let's have a look. Message for Scorpio. We have tree wisdom. This tree dryad will help you navigate through your current situation. Her flute can reveal insights and answers through the sound it makes. Okay. So navigating, that's this secret pathway, right? Navigating this pathway, which is filled with dark and light. I mean, for you, Scorpio, I think you can handle this. For other people, probably not so much. But for you guys, I feel that although it's going to be difficult navigating this path, I feel that you're going to be able to come out the other side and get value out of it. Certainly a situation which is going to lead to growth with that Judgment card, and knowing more about yourself, understanding more of yourself. But it's only after experiencing some grief, some pain associated with the loss of something that was of value to you. So I'm going to leave it there and wish you all the best with this. Please do join me in the extended reading. The link again is below in the descriptions box. Please do like, share, and follow me here on YouTube, rather. Thank you. And I'll wish you the best, and I'll talk to you in part 2, or I will see you soon. Bye for now, Scorpio.